Today, we have the honor of talking to Dr. Varshney, a leading voice in India's Science and Technological Department. He has been closely associated with the Department of Science and Technology, having an immense support in promoting international collaborations and innovatives and initiatives in India's system. Even after retirement, he is continuously and actively participating in enhancing our India's Science and Technological Department. We are super excited to have him with us today. Welcome, sir.
Sure, welcome. Thank you.
Let's begin with a major development in India's research landscape, the ANRF, which has been recently introduced. So can you tell us a bit more about it? What led to its creation and what are the different opportunities or schemes that it offers?
Actually, Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, is intended to promote science. Now, how do we promote science? We need to work with various kind of stakeholders, starting from school children. So because school children also have ideas. So we work with them, we work with NGOs, we work with academic organizations like your college, we work with universities, we work with industries, we work all kind of stakeholders so that we could promote and take science forward. Now there are two ways of doing it. One is we would like to promote individuals' idea. So when for example, you are interested in a subject and you want to pursue that. So you could apply for a grant in your discipline. So ANRF is a body, it's called Anusandhan National Research Foundation. So it's a body to promote research by researchers. Primarily it is doing two-way kind of thing. One, it gives various kind of fellowships. And second, it brings in several kind of research grants. So youngsters could start even with networking, going to some particular laboratory around the world and things like that. Or one could apply for a long-term grant. The second mode which government works to promote science is that we have identified our own challenges. So those challenges need to be worked upon. For example, what is the impact of climate change? How various diseases are coming into our systems, affecting our health and those kind of things. Then a number of issues, I've just given you two examples. So here we would like a top-driven approach. So we run them what we call mission mode approach. So one is individual-driven. So any faculty, any researcher would like to work in any given direction. So ANRF is for them. If you want to answer to one of the challenges identified by the government, then you come to the second part, which is DST. So ANRF is to facilitate science in individualistic mode, in collective mode, in consortia mode. Consortia means a lot of institutions together through fellowships and grants.
So you have been closely associated with the Department of Science and Technology. What are the key initiatives or programs that under DST that are specifically for students and young researchers?
As I said a little ago, we are working with all category of students. So we have program for the school students, we have program for the college students, and we have program for the senior students. School students, I wonder you have heard the name Inspire?
Yes.
So Inspire is a program which we run for a student from class 6th onwards, and it goes up to postdoctoral level. And we are valuing the idea the school students carry. For college students, we are having a lot of exposure visits. They could go to different competitions, scientific competitions. So we are giving several kind of support, including participation in science Olympiad, like physics Olympiad, math Olympiad, biology Olympiad, those kind of things. And then we are also running a student, or we don't call them student, we call them Children's Science Congress. This is very special. Normally Science Congress is done by the senior academicians and those kind of things. But we are running Children's Science Congress. so that a student learn how to express themselves, how to prepare answer to a given challenge. So that is another idea. Then at college level, we are giving them opportunity to network and to go out. So there are a lot of opportunity for undergraduate and master students to interact with people like peers. Peers means same students in different countries. Okay, and there are opportunity to interact with Nobel laureate. For example, you are a chemistry student. How you will feel if you meet 40 chemistry Nobel laureate at one go?
Excited.
Okay, so we are providing that kind of opportunities. We encourage students to present their paper in international conference, feel confident, and make new connections, take science forward. And then, of course, as I said, in a mission mode, we are supporting research projects. We are also going to industries, we are going to NGOs to deliver, because what we feel, science should not be closed in the laboratory. The outcome of science must be delivered to the society. Because whatever new research you have done, how it affects the common man, that is most important. So we would love to deliver it to the society, even if it comes through industrial route. So there are several products. For example, you are living in Kerala. Here, a lot of cyclonic activity could be there. Weather-related things could be. So that is social research. Whatever research we are doing, forecasting or informing people, this is good for the society. But for industry also, we are providing similar support.
Now, let's focus a bit more into a student side. In your opinion, should educational institutions should make internships mandatory? Is it gonna improve the performance of a student in real life challenges?
Actually, my personal opinion is yes. And why I am saying yes? Because in a classroom environment, all the students get same lecture. When they go to the laboratory, they do same experiment. So during their course, there must be an opportunity where individually are doing separate. So you are assigned a particular project, other colleague is assigned another. So you understand how to go beyond classroom. So internship is very, very important. And you know, there is a difference between academic environment and industry environment. Industry is more oriented to make profit. Academia is more to generate knowledge. So when they meet, you learn how to generate knowledge at lesser cost, more practical ways. So I personally feel it is important.
Sir, with the rise of AI, data science and automation, the landscape of research is rapidly changing. And do you see a shift in the kind of skills that the STEM students need to acquire today when compared to earlier?
No, there's something. Let me first tell you what is AI. AI is faster processing of large volume of data, and then it gives you the average result. Okay, now suppose you fall sick and you ask a computer having AI chatbot, I have got such and such symptom. It will identify immediately what kind of disease you have got. And then if you ask what is the likely treatment, that also will say. But will you take that? No. Okay, this is where our students are making mistake. AI give only the average information. It doesn't give personalized information. For example, if you go to doctor, let us just continue the same topic. If you go to doctor, doctor may use AI to assess what are the general scenario, but depending upon your individual personality, your body, your response to a particular medicines, your medical history, your genes profile, doctor will take a personalized decision. Okay, and this is what is more respected. So AI is coming in a big way. It will help us in processing information much faster, but it cannot generate problem. Problem has to come from human mind. We need to identify what is the challenge and how it is to be solved. So AI is a tool, it's not a commander. Command has to come from us. what do we want, how we want to do it. One more thing I would like to say, AI will do only what it is instructed to do. For example, you might have seen this movie, Three Idiot, where he says, if I treat my daughter, my hands will shake. Okay, robots can't do it because robots will do precisely what you have instructed them to do. So that's the human touch, emotion touch. So whenever human touch is there, there are a lot of things you can correct midway. You can change midway. But when the AI system is there, the fellow will do what it has been instructed to and completely after it. Okay, so I feel AI is going to be there. AI is a helping tool. AI has given us more time to think how we could devise our plan to solve a challenge.
Many students dream of international exposure.
Yeah.
So, is there any collaboration programs that the government offers for Indian students where they can engage with international universities or research institutions?
Actually, there are programs which are between two governments of any two countries. So India has such arrangement with about 80 countries. And then there are several political platforms like BRICS, IPSA, European Union, ASEAN, like that. And these platforms provide a lot of opportunity for interaction. However, it is important that faculty in your college, in your institute, gets engaged in. Because once faculty to faculty collaboration is developed, then students can participate. But a student at their own cannot participate, except, as I said earlier, in meeting like Young Scientist meeting, meeting with Nobel laureate, meeting with peers. Okay, there it is fine. That is your individual right. But otherwise, for a regular project, it is important that it is with the faculty who drives it, who controls it, and a student participate. On the other hand, our students have lot of opportunities. So, for example, if you are doing undergrad, you want to do masters or PhD from outside, you need to write GMAT, GRE, and TOEFL, IELTS, and those kind of things. But these days, lot of countries are coming forward. For example, Japan, Korea, Saudi Arabia, Italy, Spain, Germany, which says no TOEFL, no IELTS, no GRE, you are welcome. So there they are valuing more of the ideas. If we talk at senior level, like PhD, post-PhD, their idea is more important. And your background work, what you have done earlier, that is more important. Because earlier work, they want to see if you are a good researcher. And idea, what you would like to do there. So normally, I would suggest our researchers, they should market themselves well. So if you would like to apply to a particular school, a particular faculty, or particular teacher, study the profile. These days we have got internet, we have got social media like Google Scholar, ResearchGate, Scopus, where you can read and understand about any individual. Read what kind of work they are doing and say how you could be useful in their system. If you could make this statement, chances are very high that you would be taken.
So, sir, what are the things as a student that we can take to enhance our chances of getting selected for such top internships at Tier 1 universities or international institutions?
Actually, most of them are looking for on you. So you should have two things, curiosity and creativity. Curiosity to know how things are happening, why they are happening, and creativity to make them useful to the human being. And if you could do it, you will have lot of ideas. And Tier 1, Tier 2 universities, they are looking for brilliant students from Tier 3, Tier 4 institutes. They want to help them as long as they have an idea. An idea, if you have curiosity and creativity, you can make a wonderful statement. Look for good opportunities. Every day, lot of internship opportunity comes in Tier 1 academic institutions, industries, NGOs, please participate. I think nowadays it is mandatory, made more or less mandatory that during your vacation, academic breaks, you do the internship.
So, while we are applying for internship, what are some of the important aspects of a student's application makes them...
That is what I'm saying. You should study. Like, suppose, where are you going for internship? What is their strength, area of strength? Once you know that area of strength, you should develop your problem. What I can do if I pick up this area? Okay, and once you have identified a new idea, new approach, chances are very right.
In recent times, it has been often seen or perceived that taking a professional degree or even a degree in pure science is often seen as unfruitful. So, we can see that many students struggle to find suitable employment even after having enough qualification. So, what are the factors that has actually led to this?
Actually, a lot of students have become prisoner of their choices. So they have done graduation, they tried for job, they couldn't get job, so they did master. Like after graduation, they tried civil services, they tried bank, they tried LIC, and number of examinations. After master, they tried in their respective subjects, and then they did PhD. So most of the PhD candidates are not, if I could say, there by choice. They are there by being in a prison. So they are slowly moving up. That's it. Now what happened? These students have a perception that after doing PhD, I am good only for teaching, or I am good only for doing research, which is not true. There are n number of jobs for you. For example, the first thing, if you look out, is industry. Industry requires several kinds of professionals. One who could do research and help them in developing a new product. Two, whatever product has been designed, they could maintain the quality. Third, another group of quality assurance team which can see any finished product and say, this meets our standard. Fourth, go to the market, study the consumer behavior, learn what new things they are looking for. Number 5, provide company that information, what new modifications are required. For example, let me just tell you a case of mobile phone. How mobile companies are bringing in newer version every year, and sometimes more than one version in a year. Because they constantly study the consumer behavior, what consumer is looking for and what new thing they should make. So this is the industry profile. Then there are regulatory agencies. So each subject has got a regulatory authority. You could go there. There are scientific magazines, you can become editors. There are science communicators who wants to communicate science in. Currently what is happening, for example, you are a student of chemistry. Now how much mathematics you understand, how much biology you understand, how much mechanical engineering you understand is difficult for you. We require communicators who can connect these things, because we have realized these days the time has gone when we should study any challenge from a single perspective. Now multi-perspective has to be brought. For example, COVID. Was it only a medical challenge? Was it only an economical challenge? Was it only a social challenges? So there are several things associated with it. So we need to integrate it. So what I'm trying to say, our government, besides what I have told you, is encouraging a lot of startups. So if you have an idea, you can do your own startup. You can create a company and do like that. You could be a communicator, you could be an editor, you could be working in one part of the industry, academia, research. You can go join NGOs. So a lot of opportunities.
A question that's on the minds of many is that a significant number of Indian students consider going abroad for higher studies. So do you think the quality of research and education in India is in abroad is significantly better than in India?
No. Actually, a student going abroad is not a problem. because they must get exposed to what are the best system across the world. Currently, you would be happy to know India is number 3 in terms of scientific publication in the world after China and US. Okay, so we are better off several European countries, Australia, Japan, Israel. So we should feel proud that we are delivering that much thing. We are number 9 in terms of filing patents. So slowly we are improving. If you see Global Innovation Index, India has moved up more than 22 points in last 8 years. It shows how we are improving ourselves. So lot of efforts is being done, taken by the government to make doing research easy. Still several of our institutions are not having world-class equipment, and that is where they face some problem. Some institutions, premium institutions have got it, so they are world-class. Nothing to beat them. Some other institutions are not having those sophisticated equipment. So what government is trying? We are trying to create some centers where students of these institute could go and carry out their. So I hope in a reasonable time, not only in terms of scientific outputs, but also in terms of infrastructure, our institute would be much better. Of course, currently we are not there in global ranking. We should make it.
So now let's focus on you. You have been working for years, working with the DST and creating and supporting the science and technological field in India. So even after the retirement, you are continuously serving. So what drives you?
Actually, there is only one thing which is called passion, interest. I want to, because I have been exposed to this field for so long, what I am trying to do now, trying to talk to youngsters, trying to talk to faculty, helping them with their approaches, how they could make a better proposal, how they can make a better case, and how they could do quality science. So I think that's the energy I get back from my interaction with them. That's my energy.
So during your journey, was there any turning points or particular moment that made your views on science, education and leadership or see it in a different manner?
Well, it's a little difficult, but then let me just say, first of all, let me tell you that up to class 10, I studied in a Hindi medium school where we were reading science as only 4 chapters. Physics, chemistry, mathematics, physics, chemistry, zoology, botany. Okay. So physics, chemistry were called science and zoology, botany was called life science. So what happened when I went to higher studies in the universities, I was told that I could get a seat in geology. I didn't know that there is a new subject called geology. So that was the first turning point. So from zoology, I came to geology. But I enjoyed it. I made good grade. I could come first in the university in my masters. So it all depends how do you take interest. Second career change was like I was faculty in a university. And when I got an opportunity to work in Department of Science and Technology, I asked my teacher, should I continue with the university or should I go to DST? And I was told that if you want to go deep in a subject, be with the university. If you want to know a little bit of everything, go to DST. So I chose DST to work.
So sir, what's something that you have experienced or what's something that you have personally loved about your works or about the whole field?
No, one thing which I feel very happy, of course there are so many things related to all of us. Eradication of polio from India. So when I joined DST, India was importing polio vaccine. And one of the first projects we did was to manufacture polio vaccine in India. And following the production, we could launch Pulse Polio program. And then 20 years after the launch of the project, we could declare India polio free. So, you can draw satisfaction that, okay, we did it like that. Other projects you can say is small 14-seater light aircraft, it was developed. Several import substitutes were developed in coating and other things. A lot of projects we have done, like selling Indian supercomputer abroad. So that was another thing, because India was denied supercomputer by US. So India built its own. But building its own and using it one thing, to make a mark in the global market is another thing. So we started exporting it. Today we are so happy that Param, Indian supercomputer, sits in more than 40 countries. And we are very proud that we could market Indian technologies abroad. Today, India is providing a lot of technology solutions to poor countries. You might remember, once again, let me come to the COVID. You know, when COVID vaccine was produced, countries like US and Europe, they were selling by 3 major players, Pfizer, Moderna and Johnson & Johnson. It was country like India which sold their vaccine at a discounted price to countries which could not afford to buy Pfizer, Moderna or Johnson & Johnson. So scientific cooperation varies in different ways, and we need to take world along with us. So I feel so proud of being associated and delivering those works.
Thank you so much, sir, for coming here, for sharing your thoughts, experience and your ideas about all these things. And thank you.
Namaskar.